Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to resume. Mr. Dwayne, you can call your next witness.
The state calls Casey Cochran.
All right.
Can you raise your hand, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Can you state your name for the record, please?
Casey Cochran.
Can you spell your name for court reporter?
C-A-S-E-Y. Last name is C-O-C-H-R-A-N.
And Ms. Cochran, how are you employed?
I am currently a pediatric nurse practitioner at Pediatric Convenient Care.
Okay. How long have you been nurse practitioner?
A year and a half.
Okay. And before that, were you in the medical field?
Yes.
And what did you do?
I was a RN previously at Primary Pediatrics for 9 years.
For 9 years. Okay. Were you working there November 17th of 2020?
Yes.
And what was your role at that time for Primary Pediatrics?
A nurse.
Okay. And so do you remember specifically the date that I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Did something happen that day that was out of the norm?
Absolutely.
And what happened?
I was called from the front desk that somebody up front needed help. And so I went up front, but I guess I had passed the gentleman that had Karter, and so I met him in the back hallway and came upon a gentleman holding Karter who was lifeless, and we put him in room 4, laid him on the table.
Okay. When you say lifeless, what do you mean?
He was limp, eyes were rolled in the back of his head, mouth was open, not breathing, pale.
So you said you put him on the table in room 4? Okay, what happened?
Then I asked the gentleman what his name was, and he said Karter. And so I tried to stimulate him and said Karter, Karter, trying to wake him up. And he wasn't responding. And so then I checked for pulses and did not feel a pulse.
Okay, what happened? Well, let me ask you this. Did you know who the man that brought Karter in was?
I did not.
At some point, did you figure out who he was? Okay. So when you didn't feel a pulse on Karter, what happened?
I then lifted his shirt up just to check for air movement, but I didn't see anything. And about that time, a nurse practitioner walked in and was checking after me, and we started CPR.
Okay. And who all was in the room?
Initially, it was just me, and then Amy Wood, the nurse practitioner, came in and started chest compressions.
Okay. Was it just you two, or were there kind of a bunch of people following?
They were coming in as Amy walked in, but initially it was just me with Karter and the gentleman.
Okay. And so I think you said, is it Dr. Wood?
Amy Wood.
Amy Wood.
She's a nurse practitioner.
Okay, nurse practitioner. I apologize. She was performing CPR.
She started chest compressions.
At any point, did you guys get a pulse?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Was CPR the only procedure that was performed at that time?
When she started chest compressions, other employees showed up with the crash cart, and we started with the ambu bag and did the chest compression CPR.
What's the ambu bag?
That is what you put around the nose and the mouth to breathe air into their lungs.
Was there any trachea that was put in, or
No.
they call it like a trach or
Yeah,
something?
no, sir.
Okay. Can you explain just what that is for the jury, please?
The trach.
Yeah.
We have access to that, but it wasn't done. But it's a tube, an artificial tube that would go down into the esophagus, into the lungs, and breathe for the child through the ambu bag.
Now, was there, I call it an AED machine. Did you guys have one of those?
We did.
What is that?
That is a machine that you put pads on, and it pretty much shocks the body to hopefully get a heartbeat going, or put the heart rate into a normal sinus rhythm, which is like a normal heartbeat.
Okay. And was that employed on Karter?
Yes.
And what happened?
The machine actually tells you if there is what they call a shockable rhythm. So it detect something that you're able to shock the heart. And it did say there was a shockable rhythm, and so we did all, we all cleared and shocked Karter.
Okay. And what happened after that?
His body was shocked, and then it kind of just went back flatline on the AED. There was no heartbeat.
Were there chest compressions?
We started that chest compressions, yes, sir.
Okay. And I think some of your coworkers called 911, correct?
Yes.
So at some point, did EMS arrive?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened once they got there?
Once they got there, we got Karter on the gurney. Chest compressions were being performed as he was being taken out of the building all the way into the ambulance.
Okay. And what did you, so did the ambulance take him somewhere else?
No, they stayed in the parking lot for a little bit. I believe they were trying to get an IO on him because we couldn't get
What is that?
An IO actually goes into the bone, and it's another way that he can get fluids or life-saving
So it's a different kind of IV?
solutions. Correct.
Okay, okay. And were they, so the EMS is still there trying to do that. At some point, did they leave? Do you see them leave? Do you know?
I don't think I saw them leave. Like, I didn't visualize them leaving.
Okay. And when EMS had Karter, what were you doing?
I stayed outside with the gentleman that brought him in, just kind of consulting him, and I believe I asked where Mom was, and he was sitting like 5 minutes away, but I kind of just stood out there in the parking lot for a little bit.
Okay, did Mom ever show up? Was he on the phone at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you overhear anything?
I did hear the
Of course,
gentleman.
please, I would object to that. I mean, that's blatant hearsay.
Well, it's a statement by a co-conspirator.
The objection's overruled.
What did you hear him say?
I heard the gentleman tell Mom on the phone, I should have brought him in last night when he told me to.
Okay. And, I mean, it seems, was that kind of the only part of the conversation that you picked up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know who was driving?
It was a Mustang. I don't remember the color.
Do you recall if you saw him leaving the Mustang?
Yes.
Okay. Was that when EMS had left?
I don't remember.
Nothing further on.
Mr. Road Chief, with you.
I do have a few questions. Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Cochran, my name is Jeff Brew. I'm a lawyer from Warner Robins. Here representing Ms. Davis. How long was it that you said that you worked for pediatrics?
9 years.
You were familiar with Ms. Davis?
I was not. I believe that I worked for Robert Ford, and I think that Karter was a patient of Dr. Waters, so it was kind of on the opposite side of the building.
Okay. But in any event, did you come to know that this child was a regular patient of your place of employment?
Yes, sir.
And on this particular day, well, I guess subsequent to this happening, you wrote a statement that you provided to, who did you provide the statement to, this written statement?
I was just told to do a statement, and I believe an officer came and picked the statements up. I think I handed it to my manager, who was elected.
But you were asked by your employer, everyone was asked to prepare a statement.
Yes, sir.
And you had stated on this document that you wrote that it was around 8:47 that particular morning. Does that sound about right?
Yes, sir.
And that's when Mr. Benton brought the child in. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
The whole time that Mr. Benton was with the child was his Was he on FaceTime with Ms. Davis?
I knew that he was on the phone with her, but I didn't know it was FaceTime.
Okay, but they were talking to each other?
Yes, sir.
It was sort of real frantic.
Yes.
Everything was real frantic. And the child was taken to room 4 where you started doing some work on him, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice any bruises on his body?
I did not.
Did you notice any blood?
Mm-hmm.
And the concern was he was brought in first, he maybe had some sort of asthma attack, is that right?
I think we knew that was his history, and so we were just thinking it was respiratory issues,
Right.
not knowing the whole story.
Okay. But you didn't notice anything on his body that would indicate any sort of injury?
No, sir.
Was the child wearing a diaper when he was brought in?
He had on a pull-up and a t-shirt.
Okay.
That's all.
And in the pull-up, was there any urine in the pull-up that you know of?
I don't recall.
Was there any sort of bowel movement?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Just a second, Sean.
Okay.
Judge, I have nothing else. Thank you, Mr. Cochran.